Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another Total War Arena News update. In this video I'm bringing you the developer log number 4. Efforts to become better are inseparable from your support. And yeah, as you can see, it was published on 19th of May. Today is 24th, so I am a little bit late, but please excuse me, I was busy this weekend, and whenever I had free time I was playing Arena because it was double rewards weekend, so obviously I would jump on the opportunity to play as much as possible. I guess I'll just go on a little bit of a tangent. It's difficult to find these news because this developer log is on their forums. It's not showing up on the news page, it's not showing up in the launcher, so it's very difficult to miss it unless you check the forum every day, which I do not. So I do apologize for that, for bringing you the news slightly late. But I really don't understand this recent, maybe not even that much recent, because going for quite a while, their approach to hide the news from people. Like, as I mentioned, the double rewards weekend, they didn't mention it. It wasn't here in the news page, as you can see, nothing about it. The last news are about patch 4.17, which happened a week ago, not 2 days ago as the double rewards weekend. Same with the discounts for commanders and premium units. 2 weeks ago, I think, we had War Elephants discounts. It was just news Wars Elephant. Here's what Elephant looks like, here's how they play, and what they are. And oh yeah, if you click on the tech tree, you will see that there are discounts for premium units, but only if you go and dig deep into it. And then the same for artillery. It was just news artillery, as if it was new that artillery is in the game. And then here's how they play. And that's it. And then apparently there was discount to Caesar, which okay, is an artillery commander. But then according to my comments, there was also a discount to Ambiorix and Zhuge Liang, which have nothing to do with artillery. And again, no mention of it anywhere. Not even in the actual news updates in the game. At least in the game, you would only know about the double XP weekend if you logged into the game. That was the only place that they would notify you about the double rewards. Nothing here in the news, nothing in the launcher, nothing on the forums even, I think. Just nothing. Just in the game. You need to log into the game to hear about it. Or, you know, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And turn on the notifications to be notified about these important news updates and all the other bullshit I post on this channel. Or you can also join our Discord and add Total War Arena role to yourself so that you will be pinged about such news. I think that is a pretty neat solution, but you can drop the subscription too. That would be very nice of you. But that's up to you if you want to be nice or not. Anyway, that's the tangent rant over. Let's continue with the developer log after 3 minutes of ranting. Okay, so as always, this is the Chinese message translated into English by Google. And let's read the original message in English down here. Hi, commanders. At first, I want to thank everyone who completed the survey to share their opinions and ideas with us. What survey? Okay. If I remember correctly, the last survey was in January, February, maybe even December, after the Chinese faction was released. And I made a video about it. And they haven't addressed any of the developer logs. At least I don't remember they did. Maybe they did, but I honestly don't remember. So very likely there was another survey, more recent one that they're addressing here. But I never heard about it. I never heard anybody else within the community talking about any surveys. Usually news like that reach me. If I don't find them myself, somebody will mention them to me. Although some people just assume, oh, he probably knows about it, so I don't need to tell him. No, please tell me, because sometimes, as I'm making the point in this video, it's difficult to find the news, because it definitely didn't show up in the launcher, which it did in the past, and I'm pretty sure it didn't now, if there was a survey at all. And definitely it wasn't in the news page, and I don't think it was in the forums either. So Please tell me in the comments if you were aware of any survey recently. Arena related, obviously. Okay, that rant over, let's continue on. It's extremely helpful and exciting to hear from you and learn what the most important things for our players are. Yeah, sure. Balance changes. This week we addressed one of the issues reported by many of you, that is Kenane's efficiency when using barrage skill. We know many of you expected even more serious nerfs, but we don't want to overdo it and make Greek archers too weak. Range forces are supposed to deal a lot of damage while being vulnerable themselves. Increase of missile dispersion should decrease the number of arrows which hit their targets. Obviously, high tier 910 Kenane will still do plenty of damage to low tier 5 units, but at least the same level matchups should be fair now. Well, you could just split the queue into 5-7, 7-10 or 5-8, 8-10, just like you did with 3-5 recently. But I guess they're just not there yet with their game population to be happy with that split. Even though, you know, the bots kind of fix the problem, but then you just see more bots per team, per battle. So, yeah, well, they have the data, they see how many players on average are in battles, etc, etc. I don't have access to such data, so I can only speak from my own experience. But yeah, they should do it sooner or later, and I think it's better to do it sooner. And, you know, just invite some players to the game to play, advertise your game properly for once in 5 years. That would be nice. I do have quite a big video about how to fix matchmaking coming up. I started writing it after the first matchmaking experiment. The one that... No, the second one. The one that combined all tiers 3 to 10 into one queue. But it's a very long script, very difficult to write, and one that I want to absolutely get right. And yeah, so it may take a while until I publish it. Or maybe I'll publish it some other form. We'll see. Also, I might have lost it due to my forgetfulness. Well, let's say my not being very cautious in predicting, because oh well, whatever, doesn't matter. I might have lost it, shouldn't have. I'm pretty sure I saved it, and it should still be there. Anyway. Apart from Kenane's barrage skill, we applied a modifier to how all ranged units' damage was scaling up. Now the boost to damage gained by ranged units each tier should grow adequately to how other types of units become stronger in their field. We'll be monitoring closely this change and react accordingly. The last balance change concerns Wardog unit type. This unit's role is to quickly assault and harass enemy units, cause chaos, strike fear. Their damage output was too high and they were gaining levels quicker than other unit types, which often gave them too much of advantage in the late game. Nerf their damage should help with balance while letting them play the role they were designed to play. Yeah, dogs were quite overpowered, I do agree with that. Still haven't played enough to... Well, I don't play war dogs myself, so I only see dogs when they're on my team or on the enemy team. I think they're still pretty strong, but I didn't face them that much, and I think when I was facing them I was playing tier 7 infantry and the enemy dogs were tier 9-10, so that may also contributed to them just, you know, being stronger and overwhelming me. But they were definitely not as devastating as before. So, for now, cautiously, but I'm saying they're okay. But again, I just lack the data of the new dogs after the nerfs to be able to say that confidently. Continuing on, improvements to premium accounts. We are incredibly happy to see that more than a half of you play with premium subscription on. It's a very interesting take, more than half. Well, If they say so, right? It is great to see the support and trust you put in Arena. I would also like to see you, the developers, put some support and trust into Arena, not just us, the players, you know. Please respond in kind, actually invest into the game properly. That would be very cool, thank you very much. As a return, I guess, in return rather, we are increasing the benefits for all premium players and their teammates too. Commander trial tokens. We want to make it easier for you to test and try other commanders. Premium time offers of 7 days and more will include trial tokens. Now you don't have to keep the few precious tokens in a safe, use them and have fun. Very poorly placed comma. Premium account greatly benefits the premium players, but we thought it would be great to share this benefit with others. Now every premium member of the team will grant 1% extra rewards to his allies, up to 10% for all premium team. I think this is kinda low. Very, very insignificant. Can barely feel it. If it was, I don't know, 5%? 5% might be too much, but it would be nice. But even 2%, 1 is very, very insignificant. I think 5, somewhere between 2 and 5, let's say, however developers want to feel about it, would be much nicer. Because literally, if everybody in your team is using premium, then you get 10% more. So, that's not much. Okay. Premium missions are special missions with greater rewards than standard missions. You can complete to only 1 premium mission per day. That is not true. I completed 16 in one day during the what was it? Double reward weekend. So yeah, don't be concerned about it. They just work as the old missions, same. They just have better rewards. I already made a video about it, so you can go watch that. Premium missions, I don't know, I already read that. We hope that these improvements will make you even more satisfied when using premium time. Yeah, sure. What I would like to see, for example, is when you re-roll a mission, instead of it being completely random, it would show you maybe 3 choices. So you spend 10 gold on a re-roll, and then it shows you 3 random choices and you pick one of them, like which is the one you prefer. That would be cool. Because it just feels too random. Sometimes you can get a good mission after 1 roll, sometimes you have to roll 10 times. It's literally just gacha. And it's sort of gambling, like within how little gold can you get a good mission that you can actually fulfill. Because it can give you a mission for a commander you don't have, or a unit type you don't have, or whatever. So that's not very customer friendly, where it's just literally rolling gambling. Not a fan of that. It's kind of like loot box. It's very, very small because it's just 10 gold, but it adds up. It adds up. Continuing on, future. Now this is the most interesting part. Later in May, we plan to release new premium units for the Chinese faction. More details coming soon. All I can say is that they are really big. Okay, in the developer log... Sorry for that. In developer log number 2, they said new tech tree branch, or new branch. Premium units are not a branch, they're not connected to anything. I mean, some of them give you access to a branch within the tech tree, but they're not a branch themselves. So when you say a new branch of Chinese units, you think of a 1 unit type going from tier A to tier B, most likely 10, like all the unit types, right? So I don't know, they changed their mind, they just not worded properly before. Well, I thought it would be just new Chinese units like Axemen or something. Or maybe they have just put premium in here for no reason. Well, we'll see. All I can say they're really big. I really hope they will not introduce tier 9 or tier 10 premium units or something like that. And only to Chinese faction. That would be nice. So please don't be big in that way. Anyway, June will be even more exciting as we will bring you completely new faction with unique playstyle and iconic heroes. They may revolutionize the game. Please share your feedback. We love to read every single comment. Yeah, we don't. See you at the arena. I like how we have similar approach. I say hello there, commanders. They say hi, commanders. I say I will see you at arenas on arenas battlefields, commanders. They say see you at the arena. But a June new faction, and they say with unique play style and iconic heroes. So if it was Persia, they don't really have that much of a unique playstyle. They have spears that can shoot arrows. So, well, that is a unique playstyle, but it's honestly not that unique. I can tell you that. They have camels, which play just like any regular cavalry with the gimmick that they lower the morale of nearby horses. And then they have just regular cavalry on horses. But obviously they will try to say like that. But iconic heroes. Iconic heroes. Are you sure Xerxes is an iconic hero? He got famously beaten by Leonidas. I mean, technically he won. But that was the most Pyrrhic victory in the history, I think. Well, probably there were some more extreme examples, but it's one of the most extreme and probably most famous example, the Battle of Thermopylae, obviously. And then he got beaten shortly after in a follow-up battle. So I don't know about him being neither iconic nor a hero. Same with the other Persian commander. On the other hand, gladiators, Spartacus is an iconic hero, an icon of, you know, rebelling against the oppression, and being a hero, a heroic spirit, if you know what I mean. And yeah, has a lot of movies made about him. There's the famous scene, I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. Yeah. That is iconic. Yeah. So that sentence puts a little bit of a doubt in my mind whether the next faction is Persia or actually gladiators. They teased Spartacus multiple times in the past. They also teased camels, but I think that was as a prima aprilis joke. But then again, they did have Persia being, you know, developed at that time, maybe even almost ready for release. So it was not entirely an, you know, a random April Fool's joke. It was definitely purposeful, not at all random. So yeah, let me know in the comments below whether you think it is going to be gladiators or Persia. Could be any of those, really. Given all the factors, I would lean towards Persia, but as I said earlier, this sentence, a new faction with unique playstyle and iconic heroes, when it comes to gladiator units, they're much more unique than Persian units, and also their commanders are much more iconic and heroic. So there's just a generic advertisement vocabulary over here at play. Or maybe it's actually gladiators. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think, whether it's Persia or gladiators, or maybe something entirely else. Maybe it's Japan! That would be cool. I want Japan. But until then, I will see you on Arena's Battlefields, Commanders.